Me, myself, once again, we're doing an update on Jody does not watch NBA. So in this video, I am going live and recording at the same time. So if it seems kind of awkward for those of you that are watching live, oh well, jump in, catch up where you can. Greetings once again, fellow YouTubers and everybody else out there in video land. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, it's Mistapagan, also known as Me, Myself, and I. If I seem a little awkward at this point, because I am videoing live and I'm recording. So anyway, a few months ago, I did a video entitled Jody Don't Like Football. And if you don't know by now who Jody is that side dude. And we'll get into that. But this video is pretty much about the simple fact that Jody does not watch the NBA, particularly the NBA Finals. And the reason why I'm talking about Jody is simply because, you know, ladies, you know how it is. When a major sporting event comes up and your husband, spouse, whatever, he tends to want to hang out more and more with his homies. And whether he's actually attending a game, the basketball game, well, I just keep saying NBA, whether he's actually attending the NBA game or he's at a sports bar. You know, during this moment that we're going through right now with the finals and all this stuff, which Jody don't care about. So I want y'all to understand that. So your wives been got tired of losing y'all through an entire sporting season, be it football, basketball, whatever. But Jody particularly do not like NBA. He don't watch it. So what happens when you're away and you're going night in and night out at the sports bar? She's been bored with this whole situation. What is she doing? You know, she's made friends with Jody. You know, Jody's over there tuning her up while you at the bar taking care of your little business with your homies or whatever. You know, by the time, you know, she was angry when you left. Yes, because once again, you're leaving her alone. You've left her alone the entire season. But you never stop to wonder, man, she was angry when I left. But every time I come home, she's all right. It's because Jody came over there and, you know, knocked the dust off of her, if you will. So she's grateful. She's feeling good. You know, you home. She giving you a big hug and she's telling you there's pizza in the oven, the whole nine. Not only is Jody over there knocking the dust off that thing while you at the NBA event, he also brought pizza. You know. So something for you guys to really try to take a minute to understand. You know, we all get caught up thinking that, nah, my lady wouldn't do this, my lady wouldn't do that. But let me tell you something. She will, and she did. Jody's been up in there. You know, matter of fact, Jody's been over there more times than not. You know, strange thing is, in a lot of these cases, you've seen Jody, but you do not know who Jody is. But during the time that you're at these sporting events and she's gotten real comfortable with Jody, she's starting to enjoy the fact that you are going out more and more. And the great thing is about this, not only did Jody did not watch football, he definitely don't watch NBA. So if you really think about it, before football season is even over, we already got NBA going. So if you really think about this, and I'm just assuming because I really don't watch neither of them, call me Jody if you will, I don't care. There's a good chance of a 8-month absence that you've made in your household or from your wife. And by absence, I mean you're at these bars, you're at these sporting events, and you having such a good time, you so riled up by the time you get home, You want to tell her all about your night, the same old routine. Yeah, something. Yeah, he tripped out. He got kicked out the bar. You know, it was a good game. Blah blah blah. She's sitting there smiling at you, but she's not smiling at you because she's happy to hear your story. She's smiling at you because Jody came over there and knocked the dust off that thing once again. So, you know, once again, fellas, you're clueless to the fact. You don't know what's going on. Y'all excuse me, I'm kind of crooked over here. You're clueless to what's going on. All you know is you leave the house, she's tripping, but by the time you return, she's feeling so good. You know, a lot of times she's probably sitting in the tub soaking when you return. Because Jody don't beat it up. And ain't nothing gonna fix it but a hot tub of water. But you don't know that. You know, you're spending so much time unaware of your wife's needs, the things that make her happy. You know, you brought this woman into your home or your existence, and now you just think she's just gonna sit over there and be idle. And I'm not saying all women do this, but we, you know, more times than not, there are women that are out here that figured out a way to deal with your absence because, you know, during these NBA and NFL seasons, you check out. You completely check out. You really think she don't have needs. You really think, you know, coming home from the bar or whatever, and your team won, you want to go celebrate, and you want to jump up and down on top of her for 2 or 3 minutes. No, that's not going to do it for her. Y'all got to understand something. A lot of women, they still love romance. They love foreplay. You're not even giving her any of that. You know, you bringing, you know, whatever you bring home, obviously was not enough. That's why Jody is there. Now, Jody ain't trying to take your lady from you, because Jody's in a great position. You know, Jody, all he have to do is just show up, show out. Jody's life is at ease. He's not stressed out because more than likely he don't have a woman at home. They're not saying women stress men out, but he just has less that he has to deal with. Jody come up in there and knock the dust off for, you know, a couple of nights a week because you're gone. It's a routine. You know, she knows your schedule more than you do. The minute you call her at her office and she see that phone or that caller ID light up, she already know you about to say, baby, I'm going out with the boys. And while you on the phone talking to her while she's at work, same time she's texting Joe to come through tonight. Yeah. So stay on out there with your fellas. Stay on out there and let Jody take care of things because, like I say, Jody don't like NBA. He don't watch it. It has nothing to do with the players. Jody's main purpose is to take care of these lonely women that are out there. And Jody's not just one person. There are several Jodys out there that plays this game really well. Several. So you know, you could think about it. You could think about some of the situations where you say, wait a minute, what he just said made sense. I came home the other night and she was in that tub and she was so relaxed and smiling, sipping on that wine. But when you walked in, you didn't notice the other wine glass sitting on the coffee table. Jody will leave his mark in your face. But we, cavemen, we don't see it. Yeah, we don't see it. You haven't even noticed in the past 6 weeks how her car is always clean, but you hadn't even washed it. Jody. You haven't noticed how she goes to the gym. When y'all used to go together, you kind of pulled back from the gym. She changed her workout routine and schedule to know that, just to make sure that it's during the time you're working. You know why? Jody. So it's the real deal. And for those of you that are on live, greetings to everybody. I see your messages. Me to take time out to read these messages and keep talking is not going to work too well for me. So y'all just strap in, and hang on. Now back to Jody. So yeah, Jody's coming through. Jody's bringing pizza over or ordering in anything. And in the meantime, Jody's an old pro at this. Jody has nothing but free time on his hand to develop his skill. Jody knows he has a keen sense of hearing. He knows by the things that she's telling him about you, he knows to do the opposite. Jody knows where that spot is. Jody knows what gets her going. Exactly. Jody's giving her that foreplay she's missing from you. He's texting her while she's at work or doing all kind of things. And Jody's so smooth. He's been talking to your wife, giving her pointers on what to do to you when you got home. And you left laying there trying to figure out, oh man, where'd that come from? Dude, it came from Jody. Jody got hints all around your life. You don't even know it. You don't even know it. Who is Jody, you may ask? He could be the dude down the street. He can be the dude that's a parking attendant at her job. He can be the personal trainer. He can be the damn delivery guy. At this point with her, it's not based on what he makes because you're taking care of that. You got her financially secure. So she's not looking for money. She's trying to get that dust knocked off her. Yeah. Or as they say, back blown out. And Jody's doing a great job. You haven't noticed the change in when she get her nails done. You haven't noticed her new her hairstyle. You just really don't even see your old lady when you come home. Not day in and day out, month after month. She's even asked you, oh, there's a party this weekend, would you like to go? Nah, baby, it's a game on. I'm people with my boys. She'll say, okay, I see you when I get home tonight. And once again, who's going to be there with her? Jody. Jody like that. He's smooth like that. He has everything going for himself. And you saying that he don't care about your old lady. He does, because he cares enough to make sure that thing don't get dusty no more. Whether you going to get up in it or not. You ain't even thinking about it. You done went the whole NBA season for however long it lasts. I don't know. But think about from when the start of the season to now. You probably went up in there 3 times, if that. Jody been all around that box. Jody has taught her some new things that you might learn if you paid attention to her. Simply because of the fact that she got bored. And I know society and the internet, they want us to think, well, when a woman cheats, majority of the time it's emotionally connected. Well, sometimes, but is she really that interested in Jody and his kids and what with the issues Jody got going on at work? No, they ain't talking about that. It's emotionally connected, all right. Because whatever he's giving her is so good, she's crying. It's so good. That's why, there's several songs out there, a couple blues songs about good loving will make you cry. Y'all listen to it. That's exactly what Jody does. He makes her cry because he's giving her some good loving. And I know everybody's got on this whole phase now that, the movie centers came out and everybody's an expert about blues and all this stuff. Y'all know what? Don't just stop there. Do your homework, because a majority of these blues songs, they even telling y'all, Jody got your girl and gone. Waking up from the bottom, getting on my knees to show you where I stand. Y'all just listen to some of these things. These old cats are trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't listen. So, you got your ears just tuned to the beat, but you're not listening to the lyrics. And I ain't talking about this newfangled stuff. I ain't talking about all this little rap stuff that you can't even understand what they're saying, first of all. Listen to some real serious down home old school blues. But back to Jody. See, Jody was raised on that. You know, Jody knew his daddy probably was a pimp. So Jody daddy taught him real well. You know, the way to give a woman what she want is to listen to what she needs. That's how Jody get in every time. Do he always succeed? Maybe not. But more times than not, he does. So, but no, Jody didn't think about that NBA game. He didn't think about the playoffs or none of that stuff. He didn't think about that. He got his own game going on. Yeah. Jody over there playing point guard with your old lady. He ain't trying to get her to leave home. Cause he knows she's successful. He knows she got a good thing going. He knows that you taking care of everything but one thing. So Jody's debating this man. And since we talking about blues correlating to all this stuff, there's one song came to mind. Your inside man needs some outside help. Y'all listen to that one too. But see, we don't think about this stuff. We don't think about it. We can go all the way back to the 50s and 60s and listen to, blues, and we got people sampling them now, which is all good. But if you really think about some of this stuff, this is not nothing new. This is not 2025. This is, 1975, 1965. This is type of stuff that's been going on. Jody's always been riding through the neighborhood. If some of you are old enough to remember, there was always that one dude that would drive through the hood in that deuce and a quarter. If y'all don't know what a deuce and a quarter is, you're too young to be on this site anyway. But he ride through there with that deuce and a quarter, that banana yellow with that brown top. That was Jody. Jody inherited that car from his daddy, who was a pimp. And what's the difference between Jody being a pimp and his daddy being a pimp? Jody's dad was making money from pimping. Jody, he just out there trying to get that dust knocked off those boxes out there. Oh yeah, she gonna hook him up with some stuff. Jody get gifts, of course. Jody gets gifts because he's so slick that he's willing to change up. Just like a chameleon, he changes up for each individual lady. So fellas, if you like, I don't know what Lace Cologne is, but we're gonna throw one out for example. If you like blue water, guess what? When she bought one, she bought two. She gave one to Jody. Wear this when you come over. So when you come home, you don't smell no dude on her. You smell yourself. But you too caught up. You don't even realize you ain't been on her. You hugging her, but you smelling the cologne, but you think it's just in the house. That's how slick Jody is. Now she become an avid shopper. Anything she buy for you, Jody gonna get one too. He got the same bath oils you got, the whole nine. See, that's just how smooth Jody is. But we aren't. We men, we're not clueless to. We clueless to this because we just think about that basketball going up and down the court. And you want to come home, you want to emulate every play. You trying to be like Mike. You trying to be like this, trying to be like that. But truth of the matter is, she looking out the window at you right now. You standing in the driveway. She on the phone with her girlfriend. Look at this fool out there. He can't bounce a ball. He need to come bounce them balls off my chin. That's what she telling her girlfriend. Yeah, he want to bounce some balls, bounce them off my chin. But no, you ain't thinking about that. I'm thinking about that. And Jody's so glad that y'all are so caught up in this because Jody ain't gonna go without. Jody might have you. Yeah, he might even have a girlfriend, and they know it because she don't put her girlfriend on the game. You know what I'm saying? This could be a situation where her and her girlfriend, they cool. You cool with her husband. So y'all at the game together. Guess who over there with the two ladies? Jody. He over there rubbing one foot and kissing the other one. Yeah, Jody do that kind of stuff, see? Whereas a lot of times, we think, man, I'm get up in there, I'm blow her back out. Man, I gave her 45 minutes, man. She couldn't take no more. You know what? Reason why she told she couldn't take no more, because she was tired of laying there faking with you. It's a difference between Jody flipping her every which way and loose and drug her all the way through the house than 45 minutes of a single stroke. It's a difference. And that's the thing. See, you're not being creative enough. You just thinking you just gonna go on there and give her a little maintenance. She gonna be all right. She don't got to the point she hate when that third Thursday of the month come around, because that's y'all only night. See, she got you scheduling in between vacuuming and washing the dishes. You just become something else to do. And until you realize that, Jody gonna keep coming around. Now, the flip side to that, a lot of men, they know about Jody. She don't told him the truth. He excited about it. He don't even care. He don't even care. See, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And there's a term for that, but I'm not gonna put that term out there right now. But I'll do a video about that. But y'all giving too much leeway to Jody. Jody is taking care of business, and she loving it. And once again, I'm not talking about every woman out there. So if you have no reason to doubt your old lady, don't start doubting her. But a lot of times it's happening. And then there's always the guy, he's sitting there talking to his old lady or his wife, and she telling all the girlfriend business. She out there, she got old dude. She ain't think about her husband. She got old dude, this, that, and the third. I can't believe she doing all this and this, that, blah, 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 blah. She's taking the heat off herself. She been down that road too. Two best friends out here sharing the same dude, because both of them husband ain't even paying them no attention. But she just saying this stuff to you to just get the focus off her, because lately there's been some questions on her timing, and you've started to notice some differences in things. And so she started talking about that. Before you know it, you don't got about what you was concerned about. Y'all think I'm lying. It's true. It's true. But see, the thing of it is, we don't want to talk about this kind of stuff. We all want to just get online and watch people jump up and down, do the same dance, do the same twerk. How many pairs of boots got to be on the ground? And by the way, I'm glad y'all finally started listening to stuff like that. Welcome aboard. But you're not paying attention where it's important. And then we got guys that, we know it. We just don't even give a damn. We're like, long as she leave me alone, I don't care what she do. Because you've been tired of her for the longest anyway. You hoping Jody talk her into leaving. And once Jody does, and once she gone, you breathe a sigh of relief. Man, I'm so glad she damn gone. We got those kind. Yeah. And you may want to ask, well, why don't you just leave? But dude, it ain't that simple. Because you stand and lose a hell of a lot more when she's already in the mix and you talking about walking out. Jody ain't finna allow her to do that without getting something out the deal. Because the more money she get from you, Jody gonna get half. And we all here tripping about, man, cheaper to keep her because she gonna get half. Yeah, she gonna get half, but Jody gonna get even half of her half. They both played you like a fool. So there's so many things that can go wrong. And then there's a flip side. We got women that's out here doing the same thing. We got female Jodies. We do. But see, the only difference is that female Jody, she's even slicker. She's over there. She coming over there hollering at your girlfriend or your wife, and you know they cool and everything, and it never dawned on you. Every time she come over, she greet your wife with a big hug and kiss. Oh no, we just play. We do that. We been doing this, dude. The minute you go around that corner and she know you at that damn sports bar, female Jody up in there tearing that thing up. Yes, but you clueless. You don't know. You don't know. And if y'all think I'm lying, yes, there are a lot of songs out there. I'm keep going back to the blues because they telling you the truth. All this other stuff is just some made up. I don't know what the hell these people putting out here these days, but y'all like it. That's fine with y'all. Yeah. So female Jody really getting her exercise real good. Sure is. And now she's so caught up, she can't stop. She can't stop. She got male Jody, then she got female Jody, then she got your little trifling ass. You almost in the way at this point. If it weren't for that mortgage being paid and you taking her on all these trips. And then I'll touch lightly on the other dude that's well aware of this stuff. He knows it. She's in full control. When he takes his wife on vacation, guess what? She takes Jody with them. And the husband paying for the trip. He meeting them on their vacation spot. Yeah. And that's when you're getting into the cuckold relationship. If y'all don't know what that is, y'all too young to understand that, just search cuckold. It'll come out right. It'll spell right. It start with a C. That's all I'm gonna say. She taking her Jody with her. Her husband just there. He essentially is the driver. Okay, he's essentially the driver. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of cases, they pick him up on the way. Mm-hmm. So this kind of stuff, see, that's when it's come full circle now. You married her, you loved her, you've given her everything, but it's just one thing you can't give her. And that's where he came in. Jody going on vacation with y'all. And I know a lot of y'all that are watching this, yeah, I got it. You all man, you taking care of business. You going home, you knocking the dust off over there every night. I know. Y'all ain't got to prove nothing to me. What I'm saying to y'all, I ain't lying to y'all, so ain't no sense y'all lying to me. Measure up. That's all I'm saying. I don't been on both sides of the fence. I know. And I'll be honest with y'all, I honestly believe the last time I got caught up in some mess like this, the way it actually really hurt me without me trying to make it hurt me, I probably was 25 years old. So now you become immune to stuff like that. You want to dig deep. You want to search for your inner self to see if it hurts. Man, I can't believe she doing this. I'm so hurt. I'm so torn up. You ain't fazed by that shit. You ain't. I mean, you knew what it was going in. You knew her capabilities, the whole nine. But like I say, Jody don't watch NBA. Jody don't watch football. Jody don't watch baseball. You be busy all year long because you're a sports nut. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't let it consume your time to the point to where you forget you got to take care of things at home. You probably got a freak and you don't even know it. That's why a lot of y'all so surprised about, let's just say, Shay, what he doing? Take out the fact that there was a, 35 whatever year difference in between him and that young lady. Take that out. That lady's a freak. And she needed somebody to handle her like such. Even though it got messy, but we're not going to discuss that. But there are a lot of these women out here. See, they like that. They want to be choked. And I'm not talking about abusing nobody, but they've come accustomed to a certain thing that Jody does. And she knows when Jody comes over, he's wearing that particular belt. Yeah, I know you old heads. A belt? What are you wearing a belt for? That's old school. No, it ain't. Jody used that belt for one thing, to spank your wife. And she knows when he's got on that black leather belt, that big buckle, she know what kind of night she in for. But so that's what she like about Jody, because he old school. He ain't out here talking about some, babe, I'm gonna love you to my own rap music. How in the world y'all out here call yourself knocking dust off stuff and you trying to do it playing some old crazy rap song? First of all, you can't understand it. The beat too fast. Now you trying to jump in and stay in with the beat. You're not even focusing on the woman once again. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, you getting distracted again. Joe don't care less about that. If anything, he gonna put on some old school. And she loving it. She like, hey, I got me a grown ass man. She telling her friends that, girl, Joe to be on point. And that's usually why a lot of these women now, not all of them, I'm just going to say a few, they have these girlfriend getaways. It may be 2 or 3 of them. All 3 of them got themselves their own version of a Jody, meeting them on these cruises. While you and your buddies thinking, man, yeah, she going to think we at such and such. We down here at the strip club. Why y'all think women don't do that? They down at the male review. They are. Or they don't got a suite. They having their own party. They having their own party. Yeah, they got some dudes coming through there too. So this is what I'm saying. For all the things that we fellas out here thinking that we do, and you go home, you get your nice little sweet little innocent little 5 foot tall petite little cutie. She the ringleader. She orchestrating all this stuff. She making sure the rooms are taken care of. She making sure the entertainment's coming through there. She doing all that. But y'all don't think that your wife can be capable of doing such things. Oh yes, she can. And she is. And she did. Because Jody hit that spot. Jody done tapped in so deep. It's a spot you'll never find. You'll never find that spot. And I ain't talking about because let's just keep this clean. Jody's on the 10 and you on the 5. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. I'm just saying Jody know those spots. Finally, she done met somebody that she can have a mature conversation with a grown ass man. They ain't giggling because they talking about sex and Jody being direct, sending her messages about what he gonna do. And he ain't putting emojis in it. He being very direct. Jody been having foreplay with your wife that Friday morning from 8 o'clock. She got to work. Till you and her supposed to been going out to dinner to that same old dusty restaurant you like. She canceled plans with you because she got to go see about a friend. And you, oh, baby, go ahead, take care of business. That's all she tell y'all. My friend need my help. I got to go check on my friend. She never said her, she, Kim, Janet, nothing. She went right to Jody's crib. She went right on over there. And what's in Jody's closet? Her little bag with all her essentials in there. Jody know exactly what she needs. All of her body wash, her brush, her toothbrush, comb, whatever she uses at home. She got the same thing in Jody's closet. And do she mind that there's another bag in there that's not hers? She don't care. She over there to get what she came to get. She ain't worried about the other chick. So that's just how smooth Jody is. So while these players are out here, pretty much forgetting about their old lady doing the NBA season or NFL season, but they still think they got that little cutie that come through. Dude, your wife running circles around you. And then, but the thing of it is, if you found out, it'll damn near kill you. You'll be so hurt. And you know what the guy gonna always ask in all these cases, when he find out that Jody been knocking that dust off, you know what the man gonna always ask? Baby, is it bigger than mine? What difference does it make? That man has poured more into your wife in the last 6 months than you've done in 8 years. See, it's more than just that. It's more than just the tool. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that. That woman want to have a nice bubble bath. She wants somebody to wash her back. Guess who's doing it? Jody over there at his crib washing your wife back. And don't call it hooky day for nothing. Oh, baby, I'm going to be in the meeting all day. You need anything? Nah, baby, okay, have a good day. I'll text you after my meeting. She drove right past that job, went to Jody's house. She already had that plan. Jody didn't ask her to take off. Jody told her, look here, I'm going to need you to be over here Wednesday. Spend a day with me. It's going to be a stormy day. You're going to be inside me all day. And she'd be like, okay, baby. That's what she called him, baby. She don't call him by his name. She used to call you by your name. Tim, James, good morning, Tony. How you doing? Nah, now she calling you baby. See, ain't no confusion because everybody's baby to her. She just got one name for both of y'all. Even though Jody know, he cool with it, but you don't know. Because Jody ain't trying to rock this boat. Jody done been all up and through your house. All up through there. Even coming on some of the fly gear you got up in there. And get what she do? She go buy him the same pair of Jordans that she bought you because Jody liked them. But how do you know? You never check the credit card bill. All you do, man, my baby good to me. She take care of all the bills. I ain't got to worry about it. That's a woman's job to pay the bills. No, she go online and do all that. I don't do that. Yeah, exactly. But we men, we slick. We know everything. We got this little young thing on the side that we messing with. She ain't hitting on nothing. No, she got her good qualities about her. But every time you see her, it's costing you. It ain't like that with Jody and your old lady. It ain't like that. Now, granted, he do nice things for her, that nice watch that she got for her birthday, and you ask, oh, the girls at the job, they went in, they took up a collection, they surprised me with this watch. No, Jody got her that nice ass watch. But his job ain't to take care of her financially. Cause Jody knocking the dust off that box so good, she feels it's her duty to take care of her man, not her husband, but her man. And if y'all really think I'm playing, the next time you guys go to a restaurant or to a bar, instead of messing with those 2 or 3 ladies that's sitting at the end of the bar, trying to go over there with your caveman mentality, trying to talk to them, sit your little ass down at that bar and just listen to them. And I guarantee you, one of them will be saying, yeah, I love my husband, but my man can get it any time. She talking about her man, and they all sitting over there kikiing and giggling, because she talking about Jody. Ladies go to the bar, do the exact same thing y'all do. The only thing is, she's so emotionally connected to this dude. She's sitting there getting turned on just by thinking about it, about talking about it. And then little Miss Innocent that's with her, girl, he got a friend. She don't put up on her friend, his friend. See, their conversation is totally different than ours. Because, we came in, we think what we have to conquer, that's all it is. You thought once you conquered your wife, once you swept off her feet, once you got her moved in, you taken care of, that was the end of it, game over. No, it ain't. You should know. You so caught up in sports all the time. People get traded. So guess what? You got traded, buddy. You on the bench. And she done brought in a younger, stronger version of you. And it happens. Now, fellas, I ain't trying to scare y'all. I ain't trying to say, don't go watch the NBA game tonight if there is one, or don't go watch whatever's going on tonight. I ain't trying to say stay in the house and try to keep your eye on her. If you're going to stay in the house all day because you watching this video, I suggest you go about your business and do what you're supposed to do. Don't be sitting there trying to watch and see how many times she pick her phone up. Give her a reason not to pick that phone up. Why don't you try that? And then when you finally get away, you got her, and you got her pent up in there, you doing your business, and all of a sudden she rolled over and do something strange, something different. Don't start questioning. Damn, baby, where you learn that at? Don't. You don't really want to know. You don't want to know. Don't ask her that. You just ride with it. You do your best to hang on tight. Don't question where she learned it at. She didn't learn it from you. You've been gone the last 3 seasons. From baseball to football to basketball. You've been missing. She don't learn something. Just like when she went to the gym, she learned some new stretching routines. So she out there, Jody don't taught her some stuff. Jody sole purpose is to take care of that woman. And like I say, I ain't confessing to nothing, but I absolutely know, how the duties what Jody supposed to do. That's all I'm saying. And then when the woman started getting so caught up with Jody where she started to bring too much of her married life into their situation, Jody gonna pull back from her. Because he don't want to get so caught up into that now their situation become a counseling session. Jody ain't trying to be here to counsel nobody. I mean, yeah, he gonna talk about you. Yeah, she gonna share some stuff. But he has learned enough about you that he don't have to talk about you no more. She gave Jody all the ammunition at that coffee pot in the break room. She gave Jody all the ammunition during that last company outing. Yep. And Jody saw an opening and he went for it. Yeah. He come in smooth. He come in with, emotions and all this stuff. And he's playing into her softer side. He's calming down. He's becoming a softer, gentler version of himself. And she's loving that. And she started asking him, "Did you watch the game last night?" Nah, baby girl, I ain't into sports. I outgrew sports when I was when I was a teenager. Oh, you did? She loving that. She loving that. Yeah. She already know he gonna get it before he make his move on her. And y'all choose not to believe it if y'all want to. A woman knows when you meet her, she already know if you gonna get the cookie or not. And sometimes we so dumb to the fact. You ever heard somebody say he talked himself right out of it? Exactly. He'll sit up there and talk himself right out of some strange. Jody don't. Jody listens. Jody tells her the important things. Those important things are all about her. Jody ain't telling her nothing else about nobody else but about her. And she's loving that. She's finally getting that attention that she's been missing. So y'all need to be thinking about that. And like I said, Jody don't watch NBA. So when you ready to go to that next outing that you just spent last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with your boys, and you've left your old lady at home 4 days in a row. Now come Monday, you barely got enough energy to get up. She still make you your lunch. You have not spent no time with that woman. But when that right Jody come along, she don't even care no more. She love you. Yeah, she does. But she's happy. You can't even figure it out. You thinking you doing something right. Oh damn. Yeah, my old lady, man. Yeah, she good. She good. Yeah, she good, all right. Now, I don't even want to tell y'all, half y'all this, because y'all ain't gonna be able to take this. Brother man, when you at the bar and your homeboy asking and you telling him she good, guess what? He's Jody. Because there's a lot of times he don't make it to the bar. There's a lot of times he's not making it to the sport event. There's a lot of times. And I'm going to tell y'all a story one day how I became a Jody. I was invited into it. But Jody could be your best buddy. Some of y'all don't want to hear that. But there's always that one dude asking about your old lady. Calling you, hey man, you want to watch the game? I'm thinking about sliding through. He ain't trying to be at that bar. He want to be home at your crib so he can watch his girl, who is your wife. Yeah. See, this stuff gets twisted. It's a lot deeper and darker that I can say right here on YouTube without getting banned and all this other foolishness. I ain't trying to go that deep to where it's not about ratings, but I ain't trying to get banned while I'm talking about what I'm talking about. But I may come back on later on and talk about how she chose me to be the Jody. I don't have time to talk about that right now because I think I'm going over the time I said I was going to be on here. But y'all just got to be careful. I mean, for those of you that know it and you know she got a Jody, don't let your buddies tell you differently. You stronger than they are because they can't handle that. You taking it in stride. And if you act right, she still might just give you a little bit and you her husband. Yeah, you might get lucky. That's for those that know about Jody. And there's a lot of them out there like that. A lot of them. And, if y'all think this is just something I'm on here making up, no. This comes from knowing many different people from many different walks of life, having certain situations with with buddies that I've known. I don't need to name drop, but if they watching, they know who they are. If you're watching, you know I'm telling the truth about how your wife dude went on vacation with y'all and how you called me and you was so shook up, but you was excited about it, and I had to talk you off that cliff. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the old saying. I had to talk old dude off the cliff. Not that he finna do something wrong. He was just about to nut up, so he was so excited about what was going on. It wasn't a violent situation. Let me just clear that up. None of these situations I talk about is not really about violence or anything like that. It's about how much can you really handle? When do you get to the point you feel like you're immune to this? Now, I'm not saying that another woman walk into my life right now, I can fall head over heels in love with her, and then in 6 or 8 months, she don't want to be no more. I'm gonna miss her. I might be a little hurt because now, once again, I've put too much into her. And when it's caught off guard, when you think everything is going good and it's not, or you find yourself, you in a situation with your wife and you and her both lying to each other, talking about how good it is. No, I ain't got time for that shit no more. Look, baby, this ain't happening. Do whatever you got to do. How we gonna fix this? How we gonna get out of this? But if you choose to stay, that's where you got to be open and honest with each other. Because at this point, Jody got her feeling so good. She can care less about that little chick you messing with down there at that bar. She don't. Please, dude, please. She know why you working extra. She know why you detailing extra cars on the weekend. Cause you got to pay her. Yeah, she already know. But it's your money. She don't care. Cause when it all boiled down to it, as quiet as it kept, social media got to all food thinking all these women want to do is get on here and fight each other over man. No, the true ones, they'll be on each other's side. Yeah, she probably done been down there. Your wife done been at the nail salon, and your side chick walk in, and they sitting over there getting their nail done together, talking about you like a dog. And then your side chick telling your wife, well, you coming up short. He came over there, all he did, he want to sit there and watch the football game. See, you still messing up. You got a wife at home that's tired of your 8 years of NBA and NFL since you married her. Now your side chick getting tired of it. Now get what she telling your side chick. Girl, let me tell you something, girl. You need to get you somebody else then. She started kind of telling her about Jody. In a way, she don't care if the side chick run back and tell you. Now, your side chick asking your wife, well, who is Jody? She putting her up on game. Couple months later, guess what? Jody over there at his crib with your wife and your side chick. So that's how it works. Jody, she out there recruiting for Jody. And it's your side chick. And you still clueless. Because you still over there on the edge of the bar with your homies. It's football season. You ain't got time for all that, no. Boy, you better watch out. And y'all think, yeah, this kind of stuff really happens. It really happens. Y'all ain't gotta believe me. I ain't trying to scare y'all. Like I said, you ain't guys, because of me, you ain't gotta cancel your plans today to sit down and keep your eye on your old lady. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. And if you think I'm lying, fellas, this is what you do. Baby, come here, watch this fool on YouTube. He over talking about Jody don't watch NBA. He don't like NBA. This man crazy. Why did? And just kind of side-eye her while she watching this video. She gonna be smiling because she know it's true. She ain't gonna tell on herself, but just watch the look on her face. And I ain't trying to put these women business out here for y'all fellas to all of a sudden become secret I spy number one. I ain't trying to do that. Because like I say, this goes both ways. There's some female Jodys out there doing the same thing. It goes both ways. But I can't speak on that because I'm a man. But I know through conversation, I know through talking to various friends and people in my little bitty ever shrinking circle. It's shrinking because I had to get rid of some lunatics out of my life. Another story for another day. But these things are true and it happens. No, this ain't the cooking show today. Yeah, I know last week, last Friday, whatever, I was over here frying cabbage and having a great Friday, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the cabbage was good. So I got y'all all stuffed and comfortable. You're sitting over there, your belly full. Now come a dose of reality. Now comes a dose of reality. The reality is Jody does not watch NBA. Jody don't watch NFL. Jody know what's going on with that. Your wife ain't lonely no more. She used to tell you all the time, I'm tired of being in this marriage and I'm feeling lonely. Think about the last time your wife said that to you. Think about it. When was the last time? I'll wait. About 6 months ago. And for the last 6 months, her car been spotless. The last 6 months, she been very active in that gym. Yep. She's even cooking extra food. Yeah, she got enough for y'all to have dinner. She got enough for you to have lunch tomorrow. But guess what? She still got enough to take Jody a plate when she go over there tomorrow. I don't know about you, but last time y'all went to Sam's Club and you look at the price of some of them steaks, let's just assume, even a chuck roast, damn near $70. But you better believe Jody get some of that roast. She feeding him. She taking care of her man. Like she said to her girlfriend, oh no, I love my husband, but that's my man over there. She gonna take care of her man. Chill. And see, that could be you. She can be doing all those extra things for you, but guess what? She can't because you ain't never at home. You down at the bar or you at the game. She tired of that. Chances are she ain't gonna divorce you. Cause you just dumb enough to stay in it and be clueless. Why should she? Jody don't want a girlfriend for a time. She's happy where she is. Everything at home as far as stability is in check. Not to mention she got that big ass insurance policy on you. That, oh, by the way, you paying for it. And if there's a woman out there right now that's been with their husband for 8-10 years and he's got a great job, if you don't have at the bare minimum a $250,000 insurance policy on your husband, you need to up it now. There ain't a lot of money for today. Cause guess what? He paying for it. All that money shoveling into that bank. What's the extra $15 a month to go from that $250 to $250,000? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's nothing. She telling you, you know what, baby, it's hard to take care of things these days. And I was watching Gail, and she said we need to increase our insurance so we can be taken care of. She telling you all this load of crap. And he go down into the office the next day. He increases it. It's only extra $15 a month to double. So ladies, if y'all haven't done that and you've been married to this guy forever, don't be stuck without. That's all I'm saying. Don't be. And for all you ladies that are out here that are tipping around and, you giving Jody everything, don't even rock that boat either. Don't rock that boat. Because finally your life is in check. You love your husband, but you're crazy about your man. Don't mess that up, ladies. I don't think you got time to get bored now. Because you too busy trying to make sure your husband get to the NBA game on time or the sports ball on time, because Jody said he'll be there at 8 o'clock. He pulling up. He got you excited. And Jody like, I don't care if it car is in the driveway. I'm pulling up. He better be gone. That's turning you on. See, that's that role play stuff that allegedly got Shannon and all these other people in trouble. It's role play. He ain't threatening you. This is what y'all do. That's what's turning you on about it. Because Jody knows what he want. He gonna get what he want. Jody's so smooth. He told your wife, I tell you what, I'm gonna ignore you for a while till you learn to act right. He don't return her calls. He block her for 2 or 3 days. She fidgeting. All of a sudden, he texts her, get over here. And you take your little happy tail over there. And I ain't calling your wife a garden tool, nothing like that. This is just what she does. She thrives on this stuff. She needs that in her life. Jody know how to play it. Somehow I know right now to this day told me about her dude, her side dude. He don't have nerve to tell me he gonna ignore me. And I said, oh, that's Jody. She was like, well, who is Jody? I had to explain it to her. She was like, damn. I said, yeah, that's a play. It's a play on words. And they always be asking me this stuff. I guess because a lot of people know my past, my experiences. And I just told her, I said, look, I ain't putting him down. I said, yeah, Jody got it going on. He doing what he's supposed to do. He keeping your ass in check. You think he care about the whole situation at home? He ain't trying to mess up your home life, but he want to make sure you stay on point with him. When he told you, I'm going to put you to the back of rotation, he meant that until you get back in order. And the only way you're going to get back in order, as y'all say, girlfriend, is you maintain what's at home. Don't rock that boat at home. Cause when you start messing up what's going on at home, it's going to mess up things for you and Jody. Be wise and think about that. But anyway, it's time for me to watch my Sunday morning movie. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video, both live and tomorrow being Monday. You probably get this video tomorrow. So in any case, happy Sunday to those of you who are live and happy Monday to those of you that I recorded this for. Have a good day.